Hello, everybody, and welcome to the CCA League Division Reveal Show. I am DRF, joined by Mizuno today, and I mean, this honestly, 12 hours ago, we had no plans to actually make this happen, but here we are. A bit of an idea that was formulated last minute, but I think this is going to be very, very exciting. Mizuno. 83 teams, my goodness.
So, yeah, 83 teams. We have once again exceeded our expectations and our previous record. Last season, we had 60 teams from 49 different unique universities. This season, we have jumped up to 83 teams from 63 unique universities, which is just simply incredible. 62 actually, mind me. 62 unique universities, which is just simply incredible. And we are so excited to share with you all tonight where these teams have shaken out in their divisions and how the season is going to look like.
Certainly. I mean, what are we waiting for? Should we just get right into it?
I'm set. Let's do it. I think everyone here is ready to get into it.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look. We are going to go ahead and start with our Division 1 teams. So let's go ahead and go through this. We're going to go ahead and start with Group A. Starting in Group A, we have the number 1 overall seed in the CCA League Season 3. That will be the Night Sharks out of the University of Central Florida. The Night Sharks have propelled themselves to the top of the CCA by coming in second place in Division 1 Season 2, falling short to the Boilermaker Special, who will not be participating this season. They now have established themselves as the top dogs by winning entrance exam earlier this month. Joining them in Group A will be PSU Blue. PSU Blue has retooled their roster. Snow has made a comeback, and now PSU Blue will be looking to make their mark here in Season 3. So they have a great matchup ahead against the Night Sharks as the top 2 teams in this group. But it is not going to come easy for them, as the third team in Group A will be Stars of Orion. This is an unfamiliar name, but with a lot of familiar faces. This is basically a rebrand of the Comet Blasters out of UT Dallas. So Jimby, Secant, Nito, and the gang will all be running it back here in Group A against these teams. Joining them in Group A will be MSU Firefin Couches, as this is essentially MSU's varsity team. They have consistently found themselves in this Division 1 conversation now since winning Division 2 all the way back in Season 1, and now they will continue to establish their name and brand here in the Division 1 scene. And joining these group of Division 1 regulars will be a newcomer to Division 1. Say hello to Hofstra's Volatile Radiance. They will be joining Division 1 this season following a fantastic Division 2 set against Drexel University last season. And of course, I mean, what is Hofstra without their best friends, Wormwind, out of Drexel University? These two teams have found themselves to be very familiar with each other at this stage, and I'm sure that they will be very excited to go head-to-head once again in Division 1 Group A.
Wow, DRF, these are some stacked teams, but this is only one half of Division 1. So with that being said, the second overall seed and the first team in Group B is going to be the EAUCD Banana Split. This is a newcomer to the CCA scene. They recently made a giant splash in our entrance exam one-off tournament, getting second place overall, just falling short to, of course, the Night Sharks. They've also have some other competitive history, making third place in Gamma Bracket of Low Inc. So, and they've even gone beta bracket before. So, we have a newcomer to the scene ready to shake things up and have rightfully earned their spot in Division 1. However, this next team is a familiar face and they have made a huge splash in the previous season. Give it up for the Husky Splatsville Knights of University of Washington, another very strong team from the previous season. They got third place overall in the CCA League Season 2 Division 1 and also placed 15th overall in entrance exam, our one-off tournament. That being said, moving on to another familiar face, give it up for UCSD Esports Gold, a fan favorite amongst the CCA community. You know them. They've been around since the dawn of time, pretty much. They're going to continue to be a strong presence in this group. And of note, they have not had any roster changes, and they previously got 4th overall in our entrance exam one-off seeding event. Now, some newcomers into Division 1. Give it up for VCU Ink Black from Virginia Commonwealth University. For those who don't know, they have been previously in Division 2, but have rightfully earned the spot to move up into Division 1.
Correction.
They've also
Division 4.
Division 4? This is Division 4? Bruh.
Yes.
Even I don't even know our own teams. I swear to God. Anyways, a huge step up and rightfully earns 2. This is backed up by also their entrance exam results, getting top 8 and going undefeated in groups, which is a feat of itself. Another brand new team, but with some familiarity. Give it up for the Kraken Squids. This is also another team from where are they? From University of Central Florida. Florida brings in a lot of competitive players and teams to the scene, and we are glad to welcome in the Kraken Squids. They had placed in gold bracket in entrance exam and also played in Div 6 in this past season of Ludi. Finally, the last slot in Division 1 for Group B. Give it up for Springfield, Ohio from Case Western Reserve University. They placed in 1-4 in Div 1 last year and got a strong result against PSU Splatoon and placed 9th overall in entrance exam, and notably going 1-2 versus the Night Sharks. That being said, everyone, here are your Division 1 teams for the CCA Season 3.
Wow, I mean, what a group. What a group. This is just a phenomenal group of teams here. I mean, a lot of staples. We talk about this top left 7 a lot. Night Sharks, Penn State, Huskies, UT Dallas, UCSD, MSU, all mainstays, and UC Davis has quickly become a household name here at the CCA. But I'm really excited for these new coming teams, Ink Black, Kraken Squids, Wormwind, and Hofstra. I mean, they all really earned this opportunity to show themselves at the Division 1 level. So it's going to be fantastic to see if they can score some big wins here this upcoming season. I'm so excited for them. So that they're no longer the new kids on the block. Things just got very real for them.
Exactly. A lot of these, and of course, the old guard, essentially. We have PSU remaining strong, MSU, UCSD Esports. They're looking to continue their reign in Division 1 and making an even bigger name for themselves in this league. We're going to see some exciting matchups here in Division 1 DRF.
Oh, absolutely. But I mean, so first of all, congratulations to these Division 1 teams for getting these top spots here. But this is only the first 12 out of 83 teams. So without further ado, I think it's time that we jump into our next division, Division 2. Let's go ahead and take a look at who is joining us here. Starting with Group A, the number 1 overall seed in Division 2 will be the Florida Gulf Coast University Thunderbirds. This is a brand new team that is being captained by the number 1 player in Splatoon 1 and Splatoon 2. Marsh from Deep Blues will be making their CCA debut with the Florida Gulf Coast Thunderbirds. So that is going to be an absolutely insane team to have to go up against. But it's going to be very interesting to see if Marsh will be able to lead this brand new team to a Division II title. Joining them in Group A will be UH Premier out of the University of Houston. They made a great showing in entrance exam, ending up in 5th place in gold bracket and finishing in 3rd last season in Division 3. They have now earned their spot here in Division 2. Joining them will be the Carne Asada Fries out of San Diego State University. The Carne Asada Fries last season came just short of making playoffs. They were in a very complex scenario in Division 2 Group B that resulted in a 3-way tie. They needed to secure essentially, I think it was 3 out of 7 games to propel themselves to the playoffs, and only got to 2. So Carne Asada Fries going to be playing this season with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, looking to get one of those playoff spots that they feel like they rightfully deserve. And joining them is a fellow third placer in Division 2. Sorry, my bad. This one is the Grisco Workers Union first. So the WPI Grisco Workers Union out of Worcester Polytechnic Institute. This is the Division 3 champions from last season. They will now be working their way into Division 2. Although they do lose a key piece in Neptune this season, they still have earned their spot in Division 2 to compete for that title. And joining them is, as I was trying to say, the fellow 3rd place in Division 2, the Reef Runners, who fell just short of making the playoffs in Group A of Division 2, going 3-2, losing to the eventual top 2 of Hofstra and Drexel. And to round out this group is the return of a fan favorite. PAL 3.0 is here from Purdue University. They have a brand new roster that is hoping to make a splash here in Division 2.
My goodness, some of these teams are so exciting. And like you mentioned, some of these teams have major chips on their shoulders from the prior season. And this is their opportunity to shrug that off and come in and just completely send out a message saying, hey, we're here and we're here to throw down. And that's what I'm so excited for this Division 2 setup here. Now, again, this is just one half of Division 2. We have another group to consider. That being said, to round up the start of Group B, give it up for ONSU, Octos and Squids United from the Ohio State University. Huge emphasis on that. ONSU returns another Big Ten team from the prior season. And after the CCA League Season 2, they've been pretty busy. They made top 8 playoffs in Division 11 of Leagues Under the Ink. And of course, we can't forget about entrance exam. They got 4th in the silver bracket, making their spot here in Division 2. Following up on that, give it up for the Tax Collectors. This name may not sound familiar to a couple of you guys, but this is actually a rebranded team from the University of Arizona. They participated in the last season in Division 3. In the past time, they have participated also in entrance exam under this new name, taking 2nd in silver bracket from entrance exam. So 2 prominent teams from the silver bracket from this past entrance exam, both of them earning their spots here in Group B of Division 2. Next up, give it up for the Unidentified Flying Outbreak, UFO, from the University of Texas, Dallas. This name may not seem familiar to a few of you, but if I remember correctly, this is basically a rebrand of the Neo Comet Blasters from the prior season with a couple of roster changes. So UT Dallas has been a very prominent university in the CCA this past season, and here we are with another team from Texas, Dallas, looking to make their name known here under now under the UFO. And speaking of familiar teams, give it up for Squids at Cal. This is another CCA frequenter here from UC Berkeley. With the same exact roster from their previous season, they recently participated in entrance exam and tied for 5th in silver bracket. As in the previous season, in Division 2, they got 3rd place overall. So Squids at Cal looking to make a name statement for themselves here in Division 2. Next up, give it up for Vermilion Tides, everyone, from the University of Louisiana at Lafayette. My goodness, that is a tongue twister. In the previous season, they were Division II semifinalists, and they made themselves known in the entrance exam, placing 9th overall in the gold bracket. And finally, to wrap up Group B, we have a brand new team that has quite an interesting roster. Give it up for the Old Bay Brigade. This is a team from the University of Maryland College Park. This will be their debut into the CCA. They have no other experience otherwise. This is made up of a few competitive players in the scene, but with their prominent results as individual players, they're looking to make a statement and fully represent the University of Maryland.
Wow. I mean, honestly, just as a quick kind of insight here, as head TOs of the CCA, this was not easy at all. This was very, very tricky to try to piece all of these teams into what we felt were the right spots for them, and to try to keep it to the 12 respective teams per division. Some very tough decisions had to be made here, but I think that we have it right. These are your Division 2 teams. A couple of, I think, very interesting matchups to look forward to here. First of all, Squids at Cal versus Vermilion Tides. This is going to be a rematch at some point during the season between the third and fourth place teams in Division 2. That match went all the way to a Game 9. So these two teams will be back at it sometime during the season. Additionally, I think things to look out for. Group A is looking really spicy. I mean, San Diego State versus Cal Poly Promoters Reef Sliders. Those are two teams that I'm really going to be keeping an eye out for, as they are both teams playing with, a little bit of extra motivation to kind of redeem themselves from last season falling just short. And of course, probably the biggest storyline here in Division 2 will be the Florida Gulf Coast Thunderbirds, led by Marsh from Deep Blues. So what can Marsh do in the CCA? That's a question that even the staff is still trying to figure out. So we look forward to seeing what the Thunderbirds bring for us.
I mean, my gosh. I mean, these teams are so incredibly unique and fascinating to watch, with a couple of new additions and some old names, new faces. I mean, I'm really particularly excited for some of the matches in Group B as well. Funnily enough, that I covered them because of CCA history, with Squids of Cal participating in multiple events and just the CCA in general. The return of Pal as a Boilermaker. It greatly excites me for it, just numerous reasons. And I love seeing this potential Big Ten rivalry between PAL and Octos and Squids United, as they are from the Ohio State University. So actually, wait, they're in the wrong groups. Never mind. But that would be a cool playoff opportunity. Foreshadowing there. Maybe that would be a pretty cool playoff opportunity there. And I mean, my gosh, there's just so many thrilling teams here. I can't decide if Div 1 or Div 2 is more exciting to watch, genuinely. Honestly,
yeah, like Div 2, this is a very spicy group, actually. I think this is going to be probably one of the most unpredictable ones. In Division 1, there are a couple of favorites that start to stick out just a little bit. But Division 2, I couldn't give you a guess as to who's going to end up coming out on top here. I think every single one of these teams has a equal shot of really winning this whole division. So that's going to be very, very exciting to see. A lot of questions that will be answered throughout the season. So you certainly don't want to miss any of these matchups that we will be certainly trying to stream as many as possible throughout the season.
Right. Keep an eye out for that too. That's very important. We want to showcase all these amazing new teams. So, teams, I know you're watching right now and reacting ever so excitedly to your division and whatnot. Keep an eye out, of course. We want to feature you guys on stream. So, make sure you take that in consideration as you schedule your matches with your opponents.
Yep.
Anyways, I think it's time to move on. We have several more divisions to go, DRF.
Yes, we do. So we're going to go ahead and start going through Division 3 here. So let's take a look at the teams that will be joining us in Group A. Starting out with the number 1 overall team in Group A, it will be Nightfall out of UT Austin. Nightfall last season was a Division 1 team. They definitely struggled just a little bit, but they took games off of very prominent opponents, including Penn State and UCSD Esports Gold. So Nightfall now finds themselves as the top team in Division 3, looking to make a run here. Joining them in Division 3 will be Griffing out of William and Mary. They placed in the top 8 of silver bracket in entrance exam and were also a Division 3 team last season. So they did lose one of their roster members, unfortunately, but they are still certainly good enough to make a run here in Division 3. Joining them in Group A will be the Deep Sea Miners out of the Colorado School of Mines. The Deep Sea Miners are led by Jay Slosh, who has a plethora here of competitive experience, who will be trying to lead this squad through Division 3. Last season they were Division 2 and I believe went 1-4. So now Division 3 is where they find themselves ready to give it a go. Also in Division 3 will be the Scarlet Scrimblers out of DePaul University. This is previously known as DPU Scarlet. They were the 3rd place finishers in Division 4 last season after getting bounced out of the first round in an 0-5 matchup. They're ready to give this one another run. So Division 3 is where they find themselves now. Very excited to see what the Scarlet Scrimblers are going to be able to do. Joining them as well will be the GMU Patriots out of George Mason University. They made it to silver bracket in entrance exam and were the part of the 3rd place. They were 3rd place in Group A of Division 4. So now they find themselves with an opportunity to really prove themselves here in Division 3. And to round out Group A is a brand new team, the UWW White Team. This is a squad out of the University of Wisconsin Whitewater. Ellie is going to be the captain of this team, who has been playing competitive Splatoon on and off and previously played with Illumini, a pretty decently known, high team in the low-level scene. So very, very excited to see what they will be able to do, this brand new team. So that's going to round out Group A.
Thank you so much, dear F. Now, with that being said, let's move on, shimmy on over to Group B. Starting off in Group B, give it up for the Tiger Shark. They have previously participated in the CCA Season 2 in Division 3, and they played in Ludi this past season in Division 9. So a very stable contender in Division 3 for Tiger Shark from the Rochester Institute of Technology. Following up Tiger Shark, we give it up for the Comet Task Force. Another unfamiliar name, but this is actually another team from the University of Texas, Dallas. We have a few experienced low-level players here making up this roster from the Comet Task Force, including experience in LSL from the Ink Up, multiple speed ladders, and Ludi as well. Next up, we got a very familiar name in the CCA. Give it up for Barracuda from the University of North Carolina, Greensboro. They participated in the CCA Season 2 this past season, and as well as entrance exam. Next up, another CCA team that has participated in the previous season. Give it up for Kraken Cove from the University of Massachusetts, Dartmouth, led by a player from Stargaze, a very notable mid-level team, and they have also participated recently in entrance exam to earn their spot here in Division 3. Next up, give it up for Daybreak. This is a team from the University of Texas at Austin. So lots of Texas teams that we have here. What's interesting about this Daybreak roster is that half of them are no longer with them. So now we're going to be seeing a newer roster here, bringing in some players from another team of theirs from Equinox into this Daybreak roster. So they're looking to hopefully get adjusted to this new roster and get acclimated to this division. Finally, to round it out, give it up for the KSU Wild Sharks. This is a team from Kansas State University led by Carbine. And they were previously the Purple Cats, as a heads up, by the way, just now under a new name. So that being said, they participated in other events outside of the CCA, such as participating in Flutie Season 13, as well as Ludi itself. And of course, in this past entrance exam, they got pretty far along in the bronze bracket of entrance exam and a recent 2-4 Swiss record in Low Ink February. That being said, everyone, give it up for your Division 3 teams for the CCA League Season 3.
Oh man, I mean, this is just so exciting. I feel like especially with a lot of these, divisions that we're looking at right now, I think it's just gonna be so competitive. Taking a look at the teams that we have here in Division 3, I think the biggest team that stands out here for me at the very least is Barracuda. Barracuda out of the University of North Carolina, Greensboro, your Division 5 champions from last season, now propel themselves up 2 divisions to Division 3. So now can they compete with this brand new group of teams? There's no familiar faces here for them really. Everybody's kind of new to them, and now you're the new kid on the block. What can you do here? I'm so excited to find out. Additionally, both of these UT Austin teams, I think, Nightfall definitely was a little bit out of the element in Division 1 last time. I think Division 3 they're going to be able to give a really good run at. And Daybreak as well was such a strong team last season, but with half the roster being changed out, that leaves a lot of questions. So it's going to be exciting to see that as well. And the KSU Wild Sharks, also another team from Division 1 last season, that's going to really shake up this Div 3 group. So a lot of, really interesting backgrounds here. A couple of Division 1 teams, a couple of Div 5 teams, and a few newcomers as well. So this one is another one of those that I just really feel like you cannot predict. It can go any which direction. So I wish you luck to anybody that tries to predict any of these.
Exactly. I think the only other team I want to point out is the Comet Task Force from Texas Dallas. Texas Dallas brings in a lot of teams to the CCA. I mean, they've brought in multiple teams time and time again, and I'm really curious how this roster is going to shake out, because this is basically a new roster with a lot of pickup experience as individual players. So we, again, like you've pointed out, we have a very interesting mix of teams split into these two groups in Division 3. I'm so curious how these are going to shake out. I mean, I can't predict these either. I mean, this was already so difficult to seed and group as was.
Yeah, I'm excited. I have no idea. So be sure to look out for all of these teams in Division 3 as they fight for the title. But with that, we are not even halfway done, folks, but we will speed it up just a little bit as we start to get into, a lot of newer teams now will start to kind of make their appearance. So let's go ahead and work our way towards Division 4. Division 4 will be led off by the Stevens Inn Executioners from Stevens Institute of Technology. Stevens made silver bracket in entrance exam and finished third place in season 2 division 4 group B. So another one of those teams that just missed out on those playoffs. Stevens will now get a chance to run it back in division 4 now as the top dogs of this group. So what will they be able to do? That will remain to be seen, as they will get ready for matchups against OU Crimson. OU Crimson was a Division 5 playoff team last season, ultimately falling short against, I believe, both Barracuda and the Garnett Squids. So now OU Crimson will find themselves moving up a division here and trying to see what they can do with this new group of teams. Joining them will be the Violet Legion out of NYU. That is New York University, captained by, I believe it's Darielle from Ink Vaders. Ink Vaders, if you've been in the scene for a while, you know exactly who the Ink Vaders are. This is going to be a very cool team to watch, as they come from all sorts of different backgrounds. Half the team is has either competitive experience or like our X rank, and the others are relatively new to the scene as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what this team can piece together here in Division 4. Joining them will be Niner Esports out of the University of North Carolina, Charlotte. So this team did play in season 2, but have a couple of roster changes. This is a team that I believe is led by Jokera. So this will be a really fun one to watch as well. So definitely looking forward to see what the Niners can bring out, as they also competed this as well as the Proton Splat League. So they're going to be trying to run 2 leagues at the same time. So let's see if that PSL experience helps them out here. Joining them will be the Splatlanders out of the New Jersey Institute of Technology. This is a team captained by Fishy, who is a very aggressive player. I mean, definitely probably best known for their Luna play. So Fishy will be leading this team through Division 4 after captaining this team in Division 2 last season, and getting some pretty close matchups, going 1-4 though. Now they will get a shot to make a run here in Division 4. And rounding out Group A will be Bash, the Boilermaker Association of Squid Hunters out of Purdue University. Bash was the runner-up in Division 5 last season, and now will get their shot here to win a Division 4 championship with this brand new group of teams.
Wow, DRF. Simply wow. I still can't get over some of these teams being revealed, because it's just so incredibly fascinating to me. But anyways, that being said, this is only one half of the picture here, folks. Let's move on to Group B in Division 4. Starting it off, another familiar team and just university that represents the CCA. Give it up for UCSD Esports Navy. They participated in the previous season in Division 3 and have also participated in entrance exam, placing in bronze bracket 4th place overall. So a very experienced team looking to make head in Division 4 starting off. Rounding that out, give it up for DSU Splat team. Goodness, that's slightly awkward. But anyways, the DSU team from Dakota State University have also participated in the CCA last season, going 3-2 in Division 3. Coming out next, we'll have the Storm Cells from the University of Florida. These Florida teams, man, gosh, there's so many of them. They are a new team to the CCA and have recently participated in an entrance exam, placing 9th in the bronze bracket. So another new Florida team. We can't get enough of them here. And speaking of Florida, we got another Florida team for you all. Give it up for the Seminole Cephalopods from Florida State University. They have also played in CCA Season 2 in Division 5B. They got as far as to making round 1 of the playoffs. They also played in the recent entrance exam, just placing around the middle of the pack here. So again, another experienced team in the CCA coming in and looking to make some noise in this division here. Next up, give it up for the IVC Diamond Rays from Irvine Valley College. This is another team from the CCA that has played previously. They have played an entrance exam top 16 bronze bracket, a very good result to bring here. And these players have also participated in other events outside the CCA, such as from the Ink Up and Low Ink. And finally, to round it out, give it up for PPP, Purdue Pete Platoon from Purdue University. Say that 5 times fast. They also participated in season 2 of the CCA and also played an entrance exam, making silver bracket. Outside of the CCA, they also participated in Ludi Division 8. So now we have the full picture here. Give it up for Division 4 teams, everyone. Hooray, this is so great.
Oh man, yeah. These Division 4 teams. This continues to also be a bit of a mixed bag here. Taking a look at the teams that we have present, I definitely will give the early favor to the DSU Splat team. They had a phenomenal run in Division 3 and really went under the radar despite their 3-2 record. So they fell just short of that playoff now, find themselves slipping down a little bit to Division 4. But I definitely would look towards Dakota State once again making a great run in this division, possibly a spot in the playoffs. I think they're going to be a great team to watch out for. But certainly as well, keep an eye out for some of these Div 5 teams that are moving up, such as OU Crimson and the Seminole Cephalopods, the 3rd and 4th place teams in that division. So they're going to certainly want to make some noise here. And Stevens making a run back here. Splatlanders, the only team with Division 2. I believe Niner Esports might have been Division 2 as well. So both Niner Esports and Splatlanders. That will be certainly an interesting matchup there in Group A. And then, of course, UCSD Esports Navy. Got to root for the UCSD crowd here. I'm going to hope that they have a phenomenal season here. So I'm really excited. We're still going to hold the UCSD versus Purdue rivalry. It's just going to be taking place in Div 4 this season.
Exactly that. I mean, some of these teams are really exciting to watch. I think I'll keep my eye on personally. Besides the 2 Purdue teams, of course, I am very interested in how the Seminole Cephalopods play in this group. This is a very saucy group, in my opinion. And I'll also keep my eye on the OU Crimson team up in Group A. Those are my interested picks, I think, for this division.
All right. Well, that is your Division 4 teams. So congratulations to all of them. Looking forward to see how this division shakes out. But we still have a few more divisions to go. That's right. We have more than 5 divisions this season. But with that said, let's go right into it. Div 5 Group A. Division 5 will be led by OU Black, the second team out of Oklahoma University. So they will certainly be a team to watch out for here, as they do come with just a little bit of experience, I believe, most specifically placing 3rd in Group B of Division 5 last season. So another one of those, universities with multiple teams. I think that was quite frequent in Division 5 last season, actually. So very excited to see OU Black give Division 5 a run back. Joining them in Division 5 will be the Goomies. Goomies out of Virginia Commonwealth University. Played in CCA last season. I believe also in Division 5. Division 4, my apologies. And going, I believe, 1-4, if I have that correct. So they will now get an opportunity to run it through Division 5. Very excited to see Goomies. I love the branding that they have going on for them. So very, very excited about that. Joining them will be Coastal Squid Surge, a brand new team out of Coastal Carolina University. They did participate in CCA entrance exam and finished in silver bracket. But even though they're new to the CCA, they have been around the block a little bit, participating in things such as Low Ink in January, LSL 26, the Turf War tournament in December, and the Splatsville Showdown. So really excited to see this team really make a run through here in the CCA League. Joining them will be the IVC Devil Rays, once again out of Irvine Valley College. So IVC Devil Rays, I believe part of this team was on the IVC team from last season. So now this new squad will be making a run through Division 5. And joining them will be DPU Hagglefish Hackers, previously known as DPU Blue. This is another one of those DePaul University teams that played in Season 2 and entrance exam, coming in 5th place in that bronze bracket. Really excited to see these DPU squads continue to come through. And to round out Division 5 Group A is MSU Frib. This is the MSU JV team. So they will be giving a run through here. They did play in Division 3 last season, I think with maybe a couple roster adjustments. And I'm really excited to see them get an opportunity here in Division 5 to really show what they're made of.
Incredible. I really like how well-rounded this group is, in my opinion, going through the seeding process and grouping process for Division 5 in particular. These are some very exciting, well-rounded teams with some good experience to back them up, and I'm incredibly excited to see how that goes. But again, this is only half the picture for Division 5, so we're going to hop right on over to Group B, kicking it off with Red Beak Splatoon from Illinois State University. This is a new team to the CCA, having not participated in prior leagues before. They first started out in CCA entrance exam, making bronze bracket top 8. They also have outside experience of the CCA, including multiple low inks and LSL experience. Joining them will be another new team for us. Life Could Be Bradley Dream from Bradley University. Another new team to the CCA with outside Ludi experience and both multiple different Ludi seasons. They also had participated in this past entrance exam as well. So Life Could Bradley Dream is going to be making their CCA League debut in Division 5. Next up, we got another Kansas State University team. Give it up for KSU Catfish. They were previously KSU Team Silver last season, going 2 and 3. They have also participated in Ludi Division 9 and also have participated in recent low inks. Another university that we've talked about earlier, we now have Hofstra Lionfish. This is a new Hofstra second team that has had some reshuffling and new experience coming into play. They had made top cut in bronze bracket in this past entrance exam. So they're looking to make a bit of a debut here into Division 5. Again, more universities here that we've talked about before. Give it up for Axolotl Airlines from the University of North Carolina, Greensboro. They have previously played in the CCA Season 2, but they had a few roster shakeups. So they've also participated in this past entrance exam, but failed to make into bracket. Finally, give it up for PSU White from Penn State University. This is a new Penn State team that has recently made their CCA debut in the entrance exam. So we have a lot of repeat universities here sending multiple teams, and they have ended up here in Division 5. So with that being said, we now have our full picture Division 5, everyone. Give it up for your teams in Division 5. Woo.
Man, taking a look at this division, like you said, I think the story here is a lot of these are second teams out of their respective universities. So this is really going to be a battle of who can really make a name for their university, even at the lower divisions. So I'm really excited to see a lot of these teams, come in here and try to make some noise. Because let's see, what we got, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams that are from universities that we've already talked about. So that's really, I think, going to be the storyline that we take a look at here, plus a couple of newcomers as well, with Bradley and Illinois State making CCA League debuts here. I'm definitely very interested to see how this division shakes out. Once again, I don't think there's any way that you could reliably predict things here. I just think it's going to be a ride. It's going to be an unexpected roller coaster. We don't know which way this is going, but certainly excited for all of these teams to have an opportunity to represent their university.
Agreed. And I think this competition will be incredibly high for these second teams of these universities, like you've mentioned. If I were to have my eyes on a couple of specific teams here, I think the potential for Irvine Valley College as well as Hofstra both have really good first teams at their universities. I would personally keep my eyes on those teams going into the league this season. But of course, like DRF said, we're not done. We got more divisions lined up for you folks. We have once again breaking our record for number of divisions that we have this season. So with that being said, DRF, we're going to move on to the next division.
Yes, this season we have a 6th division. And as you start to math things out, you can probably see where this is going. So another 12 teams to bring into Division 6th this season. We're going to get things kicked off with the Octocutioners out of Stevens Institute of Technology. So this is the second team that Stevens now brings to the CCA. A couple of people did play in the CCA before, but they do bring on a couple of newcomers who do not have competitive experience. So it's going to be exciting to see what this Stevens team will be able to do. Joining them will be UGA Black. UGA Black out of the University of Georgia went 2-3 in Division 5 last season and 1-4 in entrance exam. So they do have a little bit of that background to give them hopefully an advantage in this Division 6 group. But very, very excited for UGA Black to get an opportunity to really show what they're made of against these Division 6 squads. Joining them will be the Tentacoolers out of Cal Poly Pomona. This team is composed of a couple of players from Reef Runners last season, but they bring in quite a few new players as well. So this is going to be one of those interesting questions of what can this captain from Reef Runners bring to this new squad in Division 6? There's going to be a lot to figure out there. Joining them will be the Squid Kids out of Emerson College. The Squid Kids did participate in Season 2 of the CCA League in Division 5, placing 4th in that group. Adding a couple of new members as well to their returning 4 members. Emerson College expanding its roster, going to be running a much deeper team this time around. Joining them will be Nautical out of Northern Arizona University. The relatively unexperienced team placed 23rd in Group B of entrance exam. That is enough to get them into bronze bracket, where they did make an early exit there, but it is enough to get them into Division 6 now. So Nautical will be a team to watch here this season. And joining them will be the OC Eagles out of Oklahoma Christian University. They were Division 3 last season, but certainly got a very competitive group that was a little bit of a struggle to hang with. So now the OC Eagles find themselves in Division 6, where they will certainly be able to make a much more prominent run here, hopefully for them. Looking forward to see what these teams can do. All right, so check Mizuno.
Check.
All right.
I was really thirsty, all this talking. Anyways, heading into Group B now. Apologies for that, folks. We're going to have a lot of newer teams here that are going to start appearing. That being said, the first team that'll be introduced into Group B would be the Octo Gales. Gales from Iona University, a brand new team with some competitive experience from a few of their players. This will be their CCA debut. Now, we actually have a familiar team here with a slight rebrand, a slight rename change. So, give it up for the Moravian Cyber Squids, formerly known as the Moravian Cyberhounds from Moravian University. They had played last season in the CCA and also were able to play in this past entrance exam, placing them into Division 6 here. Now, we got a brand new team that has recently made a CCA debut. Give it up for Wet Cod Empire from SUNY Polytechnic. This is a new team to the CCA, having just recently participated in the CCA entrance exam. So, another brand new team that has recently tried to kickstart things off at their university. So, hopefully, we'll see some exciting brand new matches for them. Another new team on the block. Give it up for WVU, West Virginia University. This is a completely new team that doesn't have team experience together. Most of these players in this roster have some comp experience, and some of them are completely new to comp. So, hopefully, with some of these comp players that have experience before, we'll be able to help lead their teammates into the charge heading into Division 6. Next up, we have Undertow Dartfish from the University of Denver. Brand new team here. Some of these players have some competitive experience in previous larger events, such as the Academy Speed Ladders, Nintendo Showdowns, and similar events, and a couple of other on and off events as well. And finally, to round up the group, give it up for Clark University. From Clark University. They had recently made their debut in entrance exam and finished in bronze bracket. So a lot of new teams here placed into Division 6, a lot of new names, and I'm really excited to get to know these teams and what they bring to the table, DRF.
Certainly. I mean, a lot of brand new names, like you said. And honestly, I gotta give it up for some of these teams. Like, I like Division 6, you don't expect team branding necessarily to be there, especially if you're new, but some of these logos go hard. Like, come on, like the Tentacoolers, that is a sick logo. As well as Wet Cod Empire, which Wet Cod Empire, I'm gonna be honest with you guys right now, I love and hate this name so much. I'm really confused by it, but the logo is fantastic as well. I mean, just fantastic branding from a bunch of these teams here. So very excited to get to know them and a little bit more of what they're all about.
Exactly. I mean, the previous teams that we've showcased earlier, I mean, some fire logos and fire branding. And it's a great way to kind of display who you are as a team, whether you use your university's esports logo or making one of your own. I love seeing the creativity and the representation here. It's just awesome.
Well, with that said, we have another division. That is right, folks. This season, we have 7 divisions for the CCA. This last division will be made up of 11 teams, as we finished with 83 teams total. So, Group B will be one team, short of the others, but nonetheless, that doesn't make them any less competitive. So let's go ahead and get going with our Division 7 teams. I think everybody here is pretty much new to the CCA, so we will get to know them a little bit this season. Starting off with the Farmingdale Rams out of Farmingdale State College in New York. This is a team that really came to the staff by surprise, because we have never heard of this university before, but oh boy, are we glad that we did. Gotta love the logo. I think this goes so hard. It's one of my absolute favorite brandings from the entire CCA group. So very, very excited to get to know the Farmingdale Rams a lot more this season. Joining them will be Team Man Crazy out of DePaul University, who did play a bit last season in the CCA League, and I believe they ended up going 0-5 in Division 5, so now they find themselves in Division 7, so hopefully this is a good opportunity now for them to really make a name for themselves. Joining them in Group A will be Reef Unleashed from Rowan University, another university that I previously did not know about. So once again, very excited to hear about new colleges and learn a lot more about what their program has to offer. Joining them is the Golden Fry Fish out of Nazareth College. Nazareth is back, everybody. Nazareth was an early fan favorite in the CCA back in 2020, 2021. But that the initial team all had since graduated. And as far as I'm aware, this is a brand new team of entirely new players out of Nazareth. So very, very excited to have them back with us and excited to know these new players. Joining them will be Shugs Morgan out of Seton Hall University. Shugs Morgan is going to be a team with, not a whole lot of experience here. Definitely still getting their feet wet in Splatoon in general. So very excited to see what this team kind of has to offer and watch them grow throughout the season. And to round out Group A will be Coastal Calamari out of the College of Coastal Georgia. Once again, another relatively new team that we are just excited to get to know. So very, very excited. Another college as well that I didn't really know existed. So a lot of, new universities to my eyes. So I think that's always fantastic.
It makes it all the more exciting because that means people are hearing more about the CCA. People are finding new ways to find friends at the university who play Splatoon. And then now they have this opportunity to play in, events together and hang out together. So I hope that these new teams will have some fun here and gear up for an exciting season. Again, that being said, this is only half the picture. Our final 5 teams have been placed into Group B here in Division 7. So starting up, give it up for DU Soulblaze from Drexel University. From our understanding, this is the B team from Drexel. They have recently made their CCA debut in entrance exam, placing 28th in their Swiss group, specifically Group A. So a bunch of new players with some, ranked experience, brand new team. So hopefully they'll have some time to shine here in this group. Next up, give it up for the Villanova Wild Splats. I like the wordplay there. From Villanova University. This team doesn't have any tournament results whatsoever. They are brand new. So hopefully we have a good mix of some players here that'll have a good time here as they make their first competitive kind of debut here. Next up, give it up for Splatoon Gold. This is a team from the Missouri University of Science and Technology. A couple of players played in Season 2 of the CCA. However, they had some roster changes and have 2 people completely brand new to the scene. So while they have played in the CCA previously, not a lot of experience coming in. So hopefully they'll find a good home here in Division 7. Next up, we have the second team from Seton Hall University. Give it up for Shugs Drake. So what happened here was this was one giant team under Seton Hall University, but they ended up splitting up into 2 different rosters. They played, of course, an entrance exam as one giant roster, but have split into 2 teams. And last but not least, to round it up in Group A, we have Painting Hazard from Kutztown University, another completely brand new university to the CCA and a brand new team. They don't have any competitive experience, so hopefully this will be a great introduction for them as they make their CCA debut here in Division 7.
Man, we did it, Rizzuto. 83
Yay!
collegiate teams from 62 different universities, all divided up into 7 divisions. I'm so excited for this. Division 7, a lot of different teams out of very different universities that, we were just learning about. So very, very excited to get to know a lot of these teams. I mean, just taking a look at the whole CCA picture here, back up to Division 1. So very excited to see what Division 1's going to end up bringing out. A lot of these teams certainly have a lot to prove now. The Night Sharks are going to be the team to watch out for, as the other 11 teams are in the hunt for that top spot. So really excited to see a lot of these rivalries get renewed here. But it's going to be these teams are going to certainly be playing for a lot, as we do have MSI as a sponsor once again, and we are still working out the final details of pricing, but we can assure you that the stakes will be higher than ever before.
Exactly. So this is kind of setting up the stage for a really thrilling season of the CCA League. So I guess next steps. It's Sunday. It's Sunday evening here, Eastern Coast time. We have just announced all the brand new divisions and the respective teams. Bear with us as the staff behind the scenes. We are frantically working to sort out the final kinks here in making sure that we're able to logistically present to you all things CCA League related stuff in the background. And I believe, actually, yes, all teams, all the team captains should have access to their respective division channels as of now, at this very moment. So, you're going to start seeing some things being introduced to you bit by bit. So, stay tuned for more announcements as we get ready and geared up for season 3 of the CCA League.
I am so excited. But yeah, I mean, just like Mizuno said, keep an eye out. Things are going to be rolling out throughout the entire day. And very soon enough, you'll be able to see your matches as well as things get kicked off tomorrow. For you to start scheduling your week 1 matches, and we will have all the information on how to get your match streamed, the process of inputting results, and all the like. So be on the lookout for those pings throughout the day and early tomorrow as well. But with that said, we hope that you all enjoyed the very first CCA League Division Reveal show. This was something that came together somewhat last minute as, I worked through this the entire night to piece this together for us today. So hopefully it was very exciting for you all to sit in anticipation to see who is going to be in your group, what division you'll end up in. So hopefully that is something that we will be able to continue to bring for you all in future seasons. But with that said, that is going to do it for us here in the booth. Mizuno, go ahead and plug yourself one more time. Where can the people of our chat find you?
Folks, you can find me at MICU_0 on both Twitter and Twitch. And be sure to follow CCA_Splatoon on Twitter and here on Twitch as well. They'll be very important for you to stay up to date on the know-how for the CCA League this season. DRF, where can the good folks find you?
You can go ahead and find me on Twitter at DRF_Splatoon and on Twitch, TritonDRF, but probably more so on this Twitch channel. Definitely am here a lot more than I am on my own personal accounts. So definitely be on the lookout for that. And yeah, I guess that's really it. So this is happening, folks. Season 3 of the CCA League is underway. Good luck to everybody this season. We hope you all have a fantastic time and some great matches up ahead. We look forward to watching you all progress, and good luck. We'll catch you all very soon throughout the season. Thanks. Have a wonderful rest of your day.